strike.
Yeah.
If you read the papers today, we have those who were killed, who were shot by the police.
Yes.
We have those who lost their pay for the day.
Yes.
We have the sick who had to walk to hospitals. There are those who are in ambulances, were unable to get to hospitals on time. You look at the cost of all this to human life and suffering in the country, and one asks the question, should the government take blame? Should the government then be able to pay back Kenyans who've lost all this?
So this government will not pay anyone for anything because they're not taking responsibility for what actually happened. There was a lot of shift blaming, I think. Blame shifting.
Blame shifting.
The blame shifting. There was a lot of blame shifting on Monday by Murkomen's press conference. But let's take it back a bit. They knew the strike was coming, and they failed to do anything about it. And then on Monday, the police did what they do all the time and what we complain about. They sent armed police to shoot people, and they shot 4 people, injured 30 others. And they'll say they were looters, but there's no connection between killing people and the people who are looting. Then the other thing that bothers me, that every time they kill people, they say those people are sent by politicians. But the government never arrests the politicians who actually sent those people. Now, let's park that. There are people who depend on kerosene to cook.
Yes.
They can't afford to cook. So you have to worry, you have to think, like, I'm going to buy less food so I can afford, so that I can be able to afford the fuel to cook that food. Then there are people who depend on Mujengo. They couldn't go to work. The entire economy was messed. Then instead of the government coming and saying, actually, how do we move forward? How do we fix this? They start politicizing the issue. And then it took another ethnic angle. They're trying to say that matatus are run by Kikuyus. Because we're saying when Uhuru was president, Kikuyus were not going on strike. This country is big. The people running matatus in Western or Mombasa or Pokot, they're not Kikuyus. So they're trying to tribalize this issue to make it look like it's Kikuyus fighting the president. It's Kenyans, they're not fighting the president. Kenyans are saying, we can't afford to eat. We can't afford to live. We can't afford bus fare. We can't afford to survive in this economy because it's too expensive. And fuel is everything. Because fuel determines if you're going to eat, or if you're going to walk to work, or if you have no work. Basically. That's it. So if we don't fix the fuel price, the economy is going to collapse.
Indeed.
Yeah.
The deputy president is not in Baku. Is not in Kazakhstan. Deputy president is in Kenya. One would imagine that Kenyans voted in the presidency.